And welcome back to Commander's Log Episode 4, Anarchy in Highland Square. Now, I know what you're thinking right now. Isn't your job supposed to be to prevent anarchy? And, yes, that is true, but we're not perfect. So we're going to take Torque, Terminal, Godmother, and Patchwork to kind of smooth things over here in the Highland Square, prevent everything going to complete hell. So let's head on out and see what's going on here, and how we can save the day.
Dangerous contraband confirmed. Recover it from the hostiles.
Alright, so we line up here, and we're all trying to go through, or most of us are going to go through the main door. We're sending Godmother here to the side. She's got her amazing shotgun skills to help her out. She just jumps through that window. Terminal here looks around just a tad, but decides the best target is the one right in front of her. Okay, and this is our new girl, Patchwork. I don't know if she's been on the channel before, but she really likes technology. So she goes over here and takes another shot at the Guardian right here in the front. This Guardian's going to shoot at us if we don't take it out. So Torque does what she does best and murders that thing. Or removes the threat. She doesn't like that word, the M word. Alright. And the enemy fires back just a little bit, dealing us some damage, just letting us know that they are indeed awake and alive. And Sacred Coil's been setting up a lot of these turrets wherever they go. I'm getting kind of tired of this, which is why we brought our specialist to take care of it.
Let's get your
Before we do that, we got Terminal over here doing what she does best, keeping the team alive and on their feet. She does miss, but she's got a really good piece of equipment that lets her still deal damage on a miss. So I'm very glad that we have a whole bunch of stocks and superior stocks. But she does take some damage for her effort. And here we have Patchwork, who is a technology specialist. She has one of these floating gremlins as well, and she's trying to hack this turret. And she fails. But she can still shoot at something. She takes a look around and decides that, well, she's just going to use her gremlin to deal damage to this turret instead. If we can't have it, no one can.
Good to go.
Hitman comes over here.
Target weapon in sight.
Tries to disable our weapon, but fails. Does activate Overwatch. And Torque looks at this purifier and knows that if she doesn't deal with this, she's going to be set on fire. So she pulls him closer.
Don't struggle.
And wraps him up.
Moving out.
I didn't even know there was a window there. Alright, Godmother decides that she's not going to take on this problem head on. And she's going to go around to the flank.
Another biped
Showing off her two legs. She has a running gun skill active, and she takes some time to line up this shot right here on this Cobra, and does an excessive amount of damage, knocking it out. Oh, it looks like this guy is going to be running away pretty soon. We want to make him not run away. And unfortunately, we're having a hard time actually dealing damage to him. We'll take some more damage. But Patchwork sees an opportunity and decides that if she can destroy this android, it's gonna go kaboom. So
overloading target. Marginal as
boom. There we go. So she does a really good job of dealing damage, making things explode. She's very helpful as long as there are mechanical units. But she does get her gun disabled, which is unfortunate, but she doesn't need it 100%. And all Torque really needs is everything that nature gave her to destroy the enemy. So she's going to go over here and make sure this bruiser doesn't get away. Spits some acid on him, and he's dead. I'm sorry, not acid, but poison.
Putting the squeeze on.
And then she goes ahead and reapplies her squeeze.
No ammo.
I'm really glad that Godmother has free reloads, because she goes through ammo like crazy. So she just reloads over here and decides that she's going to go back to her original spot just to get better cover. Because this hitman over here can disable our weapons. And we're going to be using the healing to heal ourselves as terminal. And we use the cooperation ability to give Godmother an action right here, right now. It's only a 51% chance, but as she looks around, she doesn't really like her options too much. And decides that this is the best shot she's going to get while being safe.
Give me a moment to reload.
And Patchwork here doesn't even need ammo. She just sends her gremlin over here, her robotic friend, just to zap things. Boom. Encounter 1 dealt with. Not too bad. So here's the next breach point. And we just stack everyone up on this wall because we really want the element of surprise here. And everyone's going to go to this explosive entrance.
Breaching now.
And Godmother leads the way over here. She takes a quick look around the room and decides this person right here needs to get shot. Terminal spreads the damage around just a little bit, and this Ronin person is now poisoned. Takes some damage from Torque. Now, Terminal is one of our newer members to the squad, and she decides that she's going to knock this person out right there. My goodness. There's a lot of extra hit points that we have to chew through, so we don't like that. But at least we didn't take any damage coming into this room. So we'll take it. Godmother does some damage to the shield.
We will move.
And this Guardian comes around here to the right-hand side, trying to flank us on the right. And the smoke grenade could be a problem. The Terminal looks around the room and she decides that, well, this Ronin needs to be dealt some damage. Even though it's a miss, does a little bit of damage. Ooh. 6 damage to Godmother is not nice. But the Ronin does take some damage. And it is still poisoned, so luckily it's on a timer. It's going to die eventually. We just want to make sure it dies before. Now here we go. Torque decides to pull a little wombo combo. So for any of you who don't know, any enemy that gets within melee attack distance of Godmother gets a shotgun in the face. So even if Torque pulls someone close enough, it still activates.
Frying circuits. Well done.
We try again to hack this thing, and again it doesn't work.
Blowing some fuses.
So she
Next time, just shoot.
So she decides to deal damage instead. But Torque just wants you to be lethally efficient. So she's a little irritated right now with this techie nerd person. But it's okay, we're a team.
Restricting target mobility.
Alright, well we're rooted, which is fine because we're not going to go too many places. And Godmother decides that she's going to shoot. Boom. At the explosive enemy, because we are tired of getting blown up. Ooh, Patchwork takes a nice clean hit. And Terminal decides that, well, everyone's taking a lot of damage, so she might as well patch them up.
He'll be fine.
We patch up Patchwork. And she decides that the biggest threat here is going to be this Ronin. It's only a 37% chance to hit, but she does 2 damages on a hit. And the poison kills the Ronin before it gets to act. So the plan worked beautifully. At least it doesn't get to hit us. Now Torque looks into this guy's eyes and squeezes the life out of them. But we do have this bruiser
Boosting shield.
going to our right flank. The enemy seems to think this right flank is where they've got to be. And I'm not 100% sure about that. So Patchwork, once again,
Melting
is going to try and
hardware.
hack this thing.
Overloading target.
And once again she fails. So, she does look around and decides that she's just going to zap something with her gremlin. Not even to shoot at it. And the nice thing about her gremlin is that it does damage to things
Charging the target.
close to the original target.
Shocky hostile. Let's work.
So it does a little bit of splash damage, which is nice. She has some damage output. Not much, but it's helpful. And the Cobra thinks she's really smart, but everyone on my team is pretty much immune to poison. Mostly because Torque likes to spit that stuff everywhere. And Godmother doesn't even want to waste her ammo. She's just going to go over here and does some kung fu fighting.
Hostile subdued.
Whacks him in the face. And now Terminal doesn't really want to get out from behind this cover. So she's just going to decide to heal somebody.
Let the high-tech spray do its work.
Pretty much if she's not healing someone every turn, then we're doing really well. That really happens though. And there you go, get some damage off. And Torque gets to do what she does best. Subdue the target lethally. Remove the threat.
Just go to sleep.
She doesn't usually take people unconscious, as most of the other team does. She's all about being very efficient with making sure the target does not deal damage back to the team, which she feels is the most practical way to solve the issue. Patchwork here is just tired of this and just blows up the turret. But she really wants to take over one of these turrets eventually, but she's a little frustrated. And here's the last part of this mission. Everyone's just going to go through the keypad door. We're going to heal up everyone with our Medipatch. And use these combat sensors
Reaching.
from Patchwork, which gives everyone plus 15 to their aim as we look at this lovely pillar. And heal ourselves. But at least now people will be able to hit things in this room better. So Patchwork is very nice for accuracy. And we just gotta deal with these people on our left flank. We came into a really weird spot where we're kind of got enemies on our left and our right. So we gotta take some of these out. So we focused down on some of these targets that are gonna deal damage to us in return first. There's another turret here. Patchwork is excited about the opportunity to redeem herself. But she just takes out this person unconscious first. She does take a shot in
On my way.
the leg, it looked like. But we have a whole bunch of people here, including a turret. And we have to make sure they don't leave. Ooh, and we have this Ronin here who could be a problem. Godmother decides that it's the best thing to do to take out people on this side of the flank, so she comes on this side and totally whiffs that shot. I don't know what she's been eating, but it has not been Wheatings in the morning, so she needs to step up her game. We all hate this sound of this stupid robot turning on their self-destruct mechanism. And Terminal looks around, decides that she needs to grab some cover from at least most of the enemies. And she decides that she needs to give Godmother a chance at redemption. So here she goes once again to try and shoot this thing. And does get a critical hit, but does not kill the enemy, unfortunately.
Never stop.
The Ronin looks like it was going to run at us,
Approaching position.
but decides to run towards the exit. Which is a sigh of relief, because that thing can wreak some havoc. Ooh, Godmother takes a shot in the back from that trooper. which is unfortunate because we're kind of flanked. So we have to make sure that we reduce the amount of targets attacking us. The Andromeda can be a big pain in the butt, so we take out some of its armor and decide that we have to, well, we have to take care of some of these threats. And the best person to do that is our girl Torque. All about lethal efficiency. She gets over here right under the turret, hoping that she can dodge a shot or two and activate your chain shot ability, giving her the ability to shoot multiple times at the same target. Boom. We take it out. But this Andromeda is still technically moving, as its robotic suit can still act and move. This trooper on the left-hand flank, or the bottom flank, whichever way you want to look at it, is a pain. Torque dodges that shot, which is good. She does have a lot of dodge stats, so she can hopefully not take as much damage. But Patchwork here decides it's her time to shine, and she's going to take over this turret.
Marginal as always.
And for the third time, this mission fails. So she just decides to deal damage to this Andromeda shell.
Melting
It is
hardware.
technically robotic,
Next time, just shoot.
so she does more damage to it. But she still irritates Torque because Patchwork doesn't seem to be very efficient. And oh my god, she dodges a whole bunch of bullets from this turret. Godmother decides that she is going to use the team-up ability to move Terminal up in the timeline, so that way we can destroy this more enemies before they shoot at us.
Grenade out.
The acid does shred some armor and deal some damage to the android. I don't think it did the damage to the trooper that Godmother wanted, but she still has a few options. She decides to use some of her kung fu fighting skills and flanks this guy, whack him in the face.
Arrested the target.
At least we can ask him for some intel later on after this mission. Terminal's got some options. Either take care of this explosive android on the left, or this giant behemoth on her right.
Hello, help?
And she's kind of in a pickle
So
here.
many gremlins.
So she decides to heal up Patchwork because someone's going to take some damage. Just we don't know from what right now. And she decides that this Andromedon is the bigger threat. So she takes it out. Unfortunately, this android is really close to Godmother, and it's probably going to come get in her face. But she gets a shot off first! Kills it! But this thing still explodes. Which is really unfortunate. I don't know how she would have avoided that damage, but she takes even more damage. But luckily her last stand ability keeps her in the fight, at least for one more round.
I'm running
And
low.
she survives on 1 hit point. She gets her free reload off
Reloading.
and takes a position with at least some kind of cover. And moves up just a tad.
Shifting.
Good thing
Not
she's
where I'd
immune
go.
to this acid on the floor. And she decides to use 3 of her shots to deal some damage to this bruiser. And unfortunately it's not dead yet, but Torque can fix that. She just shoots a bunch of poison everywhere. And then decides that she's gonna take care of business with this guy. He's still alive, but poisoned. So the poison should deal with him. And Patchwork just decides to hell with trying to take this over. She's gonna zap it to death, killing both of the remaining enemies in the process. And as you notice, Torque did not complain that time, so she's very happy that her new teammate Patchwork is being more efficient with her removing of targets on the battlefield. And that's it. That is the Anarchy that was threatening Highland Square. We took care of that. Only one enemy escaped, but I have a feeling we're going to see that enemy in the future and we can take care of them later. So let me know in the comments who you think is the MVP, or even just your favorite, who's the funniest, got the best line of dialogue, whatever it may be. Just let me know who you like in this mission. Was it Torque, who is lethally efficient at taking out her enemies and protecting her team? Is it Terminal, who's very efficient at keeping her team's hit points above 0? Was it Godmother, who is efficient at shooting the living crap out of her enemies? Or is it Patchwork, who tries to take over turrets and ends up just shocking everything to death? You let me know who you like, and hopefully we can use that person more often in the future. And thank you very much for all your support. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment, do all those things for Homemade Horizons. My name is Alex. Thank you very much for watching.